The whole world got excited, or the whole industry got super excited because of the United States embracing sports betting and now slowly embracing iGaming. Valuations went wild. But is this the whole thing? I mean, isn't there a lot more to go, both here, there, and everywhere? Our next speaker, Robin Reed, who's a prominent investor in the space, is going to give us his perspective on this very topic. And what is the future outlook for the size of this space? Robin?
Good afternoon, New York. A bit of a rusty voice there. I would have loved to brag about the party I went to yesterday, but I'm down with a little bit of a man flu. Couldn't miss the best show of the tour of the year in the greatest city in the world. So I'm so glad I made it. Good to see you all. I started coming out here in 2017. New Jersey was the first state to start to properly regulate iGaming. We were helping the good folks at Hard Rock International to go live in New Jersey with their online platform, purely using an omni-channel proposition, cross-marketing the customers they had land-based from Atlantic City into their online portal. Without marketing budget, we reached millions of euros of GGR within a very short time frame, and that was thanks to that good man on the back row there, Ben Clements. Since then, I started coming more and more frequently. PASPA obviously got repelled in 2018, and more of the conversation have naturally turned to sports betting. I believe we have some 28 states now that has regulated online sports betting, with some 8 states that have regulated casino. So I can understand that. But we come at the point now where we need to start to gradually shift more of that conversation over to iCasino. Because iCasino is the largest vertical of online gambling in the world, and so it will be in the United States as well. And that's the topic of this presentation, how large iCasino is. I'm helping a company called HappyHour. It's a VC. It started 2 years ago with €2.5 million in capital, in investments. Since then, it has returned €11 million to its shareholders. It's deploying a total of 110 million in assets under management. We're experts in iCasino, which is what we have focused on, although we are doing sports betting as well. Increasingly, our activities are targeted towards the US. We see great prospects in this market. How we work is that we invest in companies early stage. We incubate, we seed fund, and we work with brilliant founders, novel ideas, and we try to take them from ideation to meaningful stories at an epic scale. To do that successfully, we need to look at 3 factors. 1, how does the economic environment look like? Where will it be a few years from now? What is growing? How does the financials look like? 2, what's happening with consumer behavior? What's the technological trends? What's the product trends? What's the digital trends? And 3, we obviously need to look at regulation and product trends. So let's start with the financials. H2 Gambling Capital is perhaps the world's most renowned source of integrity in data in iGaming. As you can see, iCasino has grown at a tremendous rate and is accelerating. They are stating that the worldwide market is 41 billion in 2023. 41 billion? H2GC is selling their service, and they obviously need to use sources they can rely on. And in this world today, we still have a lot of emerging regulation ongoing, and it's hard to get good and verified data from a number of markets. I would argue that the number is much larger. In HappyHour, we try to get to the truth ourselves and do our take on the market. And we apply the methodology to right-size iCasino by looking at the B2B providers. The beauty of B2B providers is that the numbers doesn't stack. A euro played with one of these guys is €1 of TAM. So let's look at the 3 largest ones. Let's start with the largest publicly listed company, Evolution. Reported 1.6 billion annual run rate in revenues in Q4 22, not 23. In the presentation, we're saying 12% blended royalty. I actually think the number is a bit lower than that, and therefore, perhaps the total size of market they represent should be higher than this. But let's assume it's in the range of 13 billion, 14 billion, 15 billion, somewhere around there. They're mainly doing live casino. Live casino perhaps being 30% share of wallet of all iCasino. Pragmatic play through the use of streamers during COVID has shot up and become the largest slot provider in the world. Some say they're doing now 100 million in monthly profits. So let's assume a 75% operating margin. Let's also assume a generous 8% royalty. Probably the number is lower. That puts them on a trajectory towards 20 billion. And then you have the big Asian dragon, Asia Gaming. Nobody knows their numbers, rumored to be around 20 billion. Puts us at the market size of 48 billion. Perhaps somewhat aggressive, definitely heading in that direction. And then there is the rest. Large companies such as Play and Go, Scientific Games, now Light & Wonder, IGT, and all the other hundreds of game studios. Easily, we're moving towards a 100 billion market in iCasino. I often get asked this question: who will win in the US? We now have a duopoly. DraftKings, FanDuel. Naturally, they're focused at sports. The people asking these questions. My answer is whoever will win iGaming. Time has shown that it starts with sports betting. That's the entry product. But the moneymaker is iGaming. Let's look at the European evolution. Kindred, 2010, 37% of their revenues generated from iCasino, 41% through sports. Fast forward to 22, 54% iCasino, 41% sports. Of course, there has been acquisitions for the 2 Red and so forth, but this was primarily a sports-led company by players for players. They're now a casino company. FanDuel 2022, 66% sports, 23% iCasino. Of course, only 8 states currently regulated, many more will come. However, caution, it will take time. Kindred, 15 years ago, coined a term, moneytainment. The world has gone crazy with moneytainment. They were innovators, they were smart. Look at what's going on around you. Everyone at the tip of a finger has access to Instagram these days. You can see the flamboyant lifestyles, hedonism. You can see people living in yachts, in luxury airplanes. We are represented by a false image of how the world is. Money, luxury, lifestyle has been put at the top of the neocortex of everyone around the world. And not surprisingly, Squid Game became the fastest growing TV show on Netflix of all times. Some people in debt going into this crazy show on life and death, competing for money. Only one person takes it all, in sync with their time. And not long after, Mr. Beast made the most viewed video at that point of all of his videos, giving away cash to people participating in the more innocent version of the Squid Game. Gambling mechanics, gambling references are everywhere these days. In casual games, in video games. I put the social casino here for the sake of this room, but I could easily have put Crossy Road. Okay, once you complete the game, you get a slot machine and you get a new dock. It's everywhere around us. If FIFA Footpacks had been a gambling operator, they would have been a very large one. Meme trading, Robinhood, confetti, leverage trading, play to earn, peripheral to gambling, however, relevant because it's driving a consumer trend, the second topic that we're looking at. This is what's driving the underlying appetite for iCasino. And our content is becoming more diverse. As mentioned, slots probably still 70%. perhaps live casino 20-25%. But if you look at different demographics, you find a more rich plethora of content. Fishing games in Asia, crash games in crypto, Plinko, what's that? If you knew the numbers that this game is turning over, you'd be amazed. Live casino has changed in nature. No longer are we looking at game show network to play Jeopardy or imagine how playing Jeopardy would be. Now you can go in 24/7, 365 days per year and play a far better show created by the great people at Evolution, also in the room. The content has evolved, the industry has evolved to now reaching the point where iCasino has mainstream appeal. A few years ago, I was lucky to have a meeting with the management in Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. They had just signed Neymar for 2.2 billion Norwegian, that would be 220 million euro, by far the largest transfer in history. And I asked the chief commercial officer, wasn't that a bit expensive? Expensive? Paris Saint-Germain had signed him. Expensive? I would have signed him for more, he said. Look at his following on social media. Well, now he's playing casino at Blaze, and so is Drake at Stake, together with the streamer Rothstein. This is the trend. People are consuming live content, reliable idols, people they look up to, and it's gone mainstream. I have a vision. We need to innovate if we're going to stay on top of this consumer trend and capture the market that is available to us. Now, the larger companies are stuck in a quagmire of consolidation. Regulation is driving that. Now, we still need to innovate. So what if corporations, VCs, startups could work together? This is what we're doing at HappyHour, and I'll show you 3 cases of that quickly at the end of this speech. Livespins went live just over a year ago. At 33 brands by the end of last month, 28 set to go live this month. Hockey sticking, well into the 6 figures turnover per day, soon going to be in the 7 figures. Bet behind streamers, placed directly at the operators. Let's have a look at how this product is.
It's okay, we have 5 spins left, guys. All we need is 1 spin with this pool. Then we are dancing, we are break dancing here. Take off my glasses. Yes! Come on! Yes! Yes! Yes, baby! Full screen, look at this big one. I told you this game is sick. Didn't I? Didn't I?
For the sake of time, we'll go to the next slide.
Hey!
No delay on this stream here, like the gentleman in the last speech asked for. Sub-second latency, you bet behind the streamer, you share the wins and the losses with the streamer. Now, let's look at the next company, High Roller. Launched in January. We were backing it. Now up to, well into, as well, the 7 figures, favorable, profitable growth. Also coming to North America, because we believe that somebody needs to come in and be specialized in iCasino and take all the experience we have from Europe and deliver it here and bring value to the ecosystem. Flows, another seed we've invested into. 14 paying clients now. An integration platform as a service, integrating every real-time data source you have, but over and above that, you can spin up applications with no code. You can create your own flows. So, in this example here, we have created a flow in only a matter of minutes, no development required, where a land-based operator is notifying one of their customers that since there is bad weather, you can come in to get some free spins at their casino because they discovered by geolocation that the person is nearby. And they're sending a Slack alert to one of the VIP managers alerting that this person might come by. Thousands of use cases like that. 5 contracts out right now, is growing rapidly. These are a couple of examples of some of the seeds that we are working on to bring innovation to iGaming. We invite you all to come and work with us. Livespins is raising their Series A in April, so is Flows. We'd like to work with the whole industry, we'd like to work with North America. to bring innovation to the space and help capture this massive 100 billion opportunity and make the most out of it. Thank you.